We've seen firsthand how important it is to have an emergency fund. And let's be real, unexpected expenses can hit at any age. So, are you tired of feeling like you're always one unexpected expense away from a financial crisis? Trust me, we've been there too. But don't worry, because, in this video, we're going to tackle the importance of emergency funds head-on. Picture this, you're cruising down the highway in your new car when suddenly, bam! A rock hits your windshield and cracks it. You might be tempted to panic, but not if you've got an emergency fund. But I know what you're thinking, I'm already stretched thin as it is, how am I supposed to find extra money to put into an emergency fund? Trust me, it's easier than you think. And the peace of mind that comes with having a safety net in place. Priceless. So hit that like button and let's get right into it. What's an emergency fund? So what exactly is an emergency fund? It's quite simply a cash reserve. That's it. Don't even think about having precious metals like gold and silver as a reserve because you're not going to be able to convert them to cash in a hurry. How much is enough? We all wonder how much cash we should have in a reserve. While most financial professionals recommend having 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved up, the truth is that your particular circumstances will determine how much you need to save. So, let's take a closer look at your life. Do you have a mortgage to pay? Are you responsible for your child's braces? Are you making car payments every month? These are all expenses that you need to consider when determining how much to save in your emergency fund. But it's not just about expenses. You also need to think about your job security, your health, and your income. If you work in an unstable industry or have health issues that could affect your ability to work, it's even more important to have a solid emergency fund in place. Trust me, I know how tempting it can be to put off saving for a rainy day. But the reality is that without an emergency fund, a period of crisis, like unemployment or disability, could be financially devastating. And nobody wants that. How do you do it? Just start. Building up your savings can seem daunting if you're not used to saving regularly. So, what's the trick to creating a savings habit that sticks? First things first, consistency is key. The more often you're able to put money away, the faster your savings will grow. Whether it's a few dollars a week or a percentage of your paycheck every month, the important thing is that you're doing it regularly. Now, let's talk about creating a habit. One of the best ways to do this is to make saving automatic. Set up a direct deposit into a separate savings account so that the money goes there before you even have a chance to spend it. Another great way to make saving a habit is to set a specific savings goal and track your progress. Whether it's a down payment on a house or a dream vacation, having a clear goal in mind can help keep you motivated. But perhaps the most important thing when it comes to creating a savings habit is to start small. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to save too much too quickly. It's better to start with a small amount and gradually increase it over time. And remember, every little bit counts. Even if you can only save a few dollars here and there, it's still progress. Have a clear goal. Let's talk about goals. Now, I know what you're thinking, ugh, not another lecture about goals. But bear with me here. Having a specific financial goal for your savings can actually help you stay motivated, especially when it comes to building up your emergency fund. It can be overwhelming to think about all the different things you need to save for: retirement, a down payment on a house, your kids' college tuition, the list goes on and on. But by focusing on one achievable goal at a time, you can make real progress without feeling like you're constantly falling short. And when it comes to emergency funds, it's a great place to start. Take a look at your monthly expenses and figure out how much you would need to cover them for 3 to 6 months. That will be your emergency fund goal. Use a savings planning tool to figure out how long it will take you to reach that goal based on your income and expenses. Seeing a clear timeline for your savings can help keep you motivated and on track. Create systems. Now that we've got our goal in mind, let's talk about how to make it happen. The key to building your emergency fund is consistency. That means setting up a system for making regular contributions. There are a few different ways to do this, but one of the easiest is to set up automatic recurring transfers. This way, you don't even have to think about it, the money just gets transferred to your savings account regularly. If automatic transfers aren't your thing, you can also try putting a specific amount of cash aside each day, week, or payday period. Just make sure it's a specific amount, and try to stick to it. And hey, if you find yourself with a little extra cash one month, consider throwing it into your emergency fund. you'll watch your savings grow even faster. Most people spend the extra little cash they get every month on something trivial like shoes or watches. But you could make those trivial purchases after you achieve your emergency fund goals. Watch it grow. Alright, guys, let's talk about checking on your savings. I know it sounds boring, but trust me, it can be pretty satisfying. You can set up automatic alerts that notify you of your account balance or simply jot down your contributions. Whatever method you choose, keeping an eye on your progress is crucial to maintaining momentum and achieving your financial goals. Plus, seeing those numbers grow can give you a sense of accomplishment and motivation to keep going. So, let's make checking your savings a habit, just like checking your Instagram feed. Celebrate success. Alright, guys, don't forget to pat yourselves on the back for your progress. Take a moment to appreciate what you've accomplished and celebrate in whatever way feels best to you. Maybe that's treating yourselves to a fancy dinner or splurging on a new gadget. And remember, reaching your goal is just the beginning. Keep the momentum going by setting your sights on the next one. Very important to note, don't use your emergency fund to celebrate your win. It's kind of pointless building the emergency fund in that case. Use the money you have laying around, and also you don't have to spend money to celebrate. It's totally up to you to decide. Where do I keep it? Alright, listen up folks, where you stash your emergency fund really depends on your situation. You gotta make sure it's secure, accessible, and not in a place where you'll be tempted to blow it all on something silly. Now, here are a few options for where to put your emergency fund, so you can choose the one that makes the most sense for you. Bank or credit union account. If you already have a bank or credit union account, that could be a great place to stash your emergency cash. Banks and credit unions are some of the safest places to keep your dough, so you can rest easy knowing it's secure. Prepaid card. If you're looking for a place to stash your emergency fund, you might consider a prepaid card. It's like a fancy gift card, but instead of your aunt giving it to you for your birthday, you load it up with your own hard-earned cash. The best part? You can only spend what's on the card, so it's a good way to keep yourself from dipping into the emergency cookie jar for non-emergencies. Cash. You could take the least safe route and just keep all the cash under your mattress. It's totally fine, but it doesn't come without its own risks. A flood or a natural disaster can wipe out all your savings in seconds, not to mention robberies that can happen. I suggest that you let your spouse, or if you have roommates that you trust, let them know that your fund is there so that they will keep an eye out for it, or just buy a safe. You definitely don't want your roommates thinking that it's your weekend party fund, right? Alright, folks, that's it for today. Hope you guys learned a valuable lesson today. It's important to think about the long-term future, and prepare for it because we don't know what the future holds for us. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to smash that subscribe button if you already haven't done that, and we'll see you next time.